Hello there guys, welcome back to Grassroots to Greatness with Crew Alexandra. Going to do a little bit of a different video today, something that's going to take your face off. It's not really, that was a blatant lie, I apologise, I made that up. Please don't judge me on that. We're going to go today and just do a little tactic special. People ask me what tactic I use, and it's basically the FM incarnation of the Controllertron, the FM16 incarnation of the Controllertron, should I say. And that's what I've been using, and it works relatively well. I'm pretty pleased, to be honest with you, how well it goes. So, I don't know what I was doing there. Sorry, my mouse got a bit stuck. So the goalkeeper is a sweeper keeper, okay? And the instructions for said sweeper keeper are very simple. Distribute to the fullbacks and distribute quickly. No messing around, gets the ball straight out to the fullbacks. And talking of those, they both have the same instructions and positions. So it's fullback support, and it's shoot less often, dribble less, pass it shorter, fewer risky passes, and cross from deep. And in the two central guys, they both have the same. Close down less, mark tighter, pass shorter, shoot less often, dribble less, fewer risky passes, and hold position. And they're both central defenders. Defend is their role. And they are basically, as it says, they are the stone wall that stops anything from getting by. They are basically, their job is to hold that position and just not do anything risky. They do sometimes just randomly decide to do stupid risky passes, but that is just something in FM in general that happens. It's annoying, but it happens. And those instructions cut that back quite a lot, but it still does happen. So the defensive unit as a whole is relatively solid defensively, is what I'm trying to say, get the words out. So the defensive midfielder is a register support. Now, it's difficult at this level to get a good register, so you just need to bring the players in and either train them up or spend a little bit of extra dosh trying to find somebody who can play that position relatively well. But in the lower leagues, you'll tend to find that as long as you get a very solid, very good defensive midfielder, he should be able to hold that position rather well. And the vulnerabilities of not knowing the role spot on won't get shown quite as easily in the lower leagues as they would if you were playing in the Premier League week in, week out. So the instructions for that are shoot less often, dribble less, close down more, pass it shorter, more risky passes, and roam from position. So he will roam into this area here, he will cover the defence at the back, and he will try those passes over there. If he sees there's a risky pass on the go, he will hit a risky pass over there like that, try and hump it up to the top guy or out to either of the wings or whatever. He will try and do that. But, those risky passes will happen, and he will give them a damn good go. Anyway, the two central midfielders, okay, they have the same again. So it's box-to-box midfielders with support. So, box-to-box with support. And the instructions are shoot more often, dribble less, close down more, pass it shorter, and roam from position. So these three guys here all roam from position, and like the number 8 will roam out here to deal with the wingers over here, and defensive left back, whatever, the attacking left back, whatever, and then the register will move into the position to cover. And then the same over here with that guy on the right side of the midfield three. They all work as a massive unit, and they're very crucial. You need to make sure you've got good natural fitness for your midfielders with this position, because they are a serious engine in the middle. They are the workforce behind the entire team. They do so much work in the middle, and it's really needed. So these two guys, the inside forwards, again, both have the same the same instructions and stuff. Inside support, and they shoot more often, close down more, press it shorter, pass it shorter, dribble more, cut inside, more risky passes, and cross less often. Now, one thing I have noticed is with these guys, if they have good vision, they will cross a little bit more than if they haven't, because if they see somebody in the middle, for instance, and you're saying cut inside more, cross less often, if they see somebody in the middle and they think they can ping a ball to them, they will ping the ball to them rather than cut in. They tend to use their common sense, which is brilliant. And then lastly, again, a complete forward, which is support complete forward. Now, they're very difficult to find at this level, that is no doubt. Lower down, it's difficult to find, so you either, again, spend more money or spend the time teaching them the role. Again, the weaknesses don't show up as much in the lower leagues as they would in the top leagues, but in terms of instructions, it's shoot more, close down more, pass it shorter, hold up the ball, dribble more, more risky passes, and roam from position. Now, the reason that as you can see, the front three are very similar to the midfield three. Okay, the work engine in the midfield and the production engine, as I call it. So you've got the midfield engine, the production engine. The production engine is very similar. So if the main striker pulls out there, then obviously the right sided midfielder end up in there, he'll cover that position, and then these guys will move in and cover the gaps there and sort of spread around a bit. So they work as a unit of 6 basically to try and cut out openings and spaces when other guys roam from the position. So it gives them that freedom to kind of, you know, help each other out, move into each other's position to help the forward momentum basically and the movements going forwards. And it works really well. I mean, they do really cover quite well. Of course, you get caught out on occasions, and, you know, we have to say, disclaimer time, this formation won't work for everybody, but it will for some and it won't for others. So, you know, just bear that in mind. It's not a cast iron tactic or system, but you can tinker with it and do what you wish with it, you know, and try and perfect it to suit your players, your team, your style, whatever. But it is a very good, for me, what I want to do in the game, it works really, really well, and I'm really pleased with it. I was so pleased with it last season, and this season I didn't know if it would transfer over, but it has. I had to make a few subtle differences here and there in it to make it work better on FM16, but the important thing is it does work on FM16, and that's what really matters, to be honest. It does what it needs to do, to put it bluntly. So in terms of mentality, that is control, and in terms of team shape, that's fluid. We don't need to go through that. Most of us know all about those now. They've been in the game long enough. And then excuse me, team instrucciones. These there's only 10 in total. So like I said, the team shape fluid, the tempo is normal, time wasting fairly rarely, slightly deeper defensive line, and closing down is less. And then these ones here, play out of defence, and then I do it to both flanks. I don't know why I'd untick that one, I have no idea, but yeah, so that's that. And then in terms of I used to have look for the overlap on, but I think I took it off because I think that was one of the things that wasn't really working. So you need to retain possession, and the passing directness needs to be on shorter passing, and then obviously retain possession, like I said. And lastly, but by no means least, you need to work the ball into the box. That's the one that I use now. Sometimes you can take retain possession off. It gives them a little bit more freedom on the ball, you know, to perhaps move it in better. And like I say, working it into the box, that sometimes I can take that off, and whip crosses as well. Put it on whip crosses. They tend to get a lot of better goals from whip crosses. But like I say, you can kind of tinker with it yourselves and have a look at it yourselves, change it around a little bit and see what you want to do with it. But yeah, if working the ball into the box isn't working, you can take that off, and they'll try a few more whip crosses into the area and stuff. But just, you know, tailor it to your needs. You know, this isn't the gospel. You know, you can do what you wish with it, guys. But the beauty of this video is this is just the beginning of this little discussion. So in the comments down below, let me know, did you use the Controllertron last season? Have you tried using it this season? Did it work then? Does it work now? And are you using it after watching this video? Are you giving it a go? Have you made changes that have improved it for yourself, or whatever. Just let me know in the comments down below, guys. And as always, hit the like button if you're enjoying this series so far. The support's been great, really appreciate it. And go and check out my Gary Neville at Valencia video over on FM Scout. I'm now an FM Scout content producer as well, which is amazing. Thank you to those guys over there for that. And as always, guys, if you're new, subscribe down below. Every subscriber I get is one more than I ever expected to. And I will leave you with my usual sign off of late. It has been an absolute pleasure being in your face. Bye bye.